So, you're a creator. You know that spark, that feeling when a great idea hits. But here's the thing. What about all the legal stuff that can turn that dream project into a total nightmare? Well, that's what we're diving into today. This is your essential guide to media law.
You've got the vision, you've got the camera, you've got the passion. You are ready to go. But hang on a second. Before you even think about hitting that record button, we need to talk about what happens after you hit publish.
Because honestly, the legal world for creators can feel like you're walking through a minefield. One wrong step, and boom. It can have some serious consequences for your work. And yeah, for your bank account too. But don't you worry, we're here to give you the map.
So let's get into it. Let's navigate this legal minefield together. We're going to break it down into 3 key areas you absolutely have to know about: the people you feature, the places you film, and the information you handle.
First up, the people in your content. This is a big one. Every single person you film has rights, fundamental rights to their privacy and their reputation. And, violating those rights is probably one of the fastest ways a project can go completely off the rails.
And here's the bedrock of it all. Privacy isn't just about being polite. It is a fundamental legal right. This quote, right from the Human Rights Act, says it all. It means you can't just point your camera at anyone, anywhere, without thinking about their right to just be left alone. Okay, so let's make this super practical. Picture this. You're filming in a public space, maybe a hospital. What's rule number 1? You guessed it. Get consent. If someone says no, you have to respect that. A great solution is to offer to blur their face. And you have to be extra careful in sensitive places like that, or especially when you're filming kids or vulnerable adults who can't legally give consent themselves.
The next legal trap you need to sidestep is defamation. Put simply, this is publishing something false about a person or a company that ends up hurting their reputation. Trust me, this is a huge deal in the media world.
Now, defamation kind of comes in 2 flavors. You've got slander, which is spoken, like spreading a false rumor out loud. But for us creators, the one we really need to worry about is libel. That's defamation in a published form: a video, a blog post, even a tweet. Since your work is out there for the world to see, libel is your biggest concern.
And here is exactly why you need to be so careful. The maximum compensation for a libel case? It can be up to £300,000. Yeah, that number alone should tell you everything you need to know about how critical it is to get your facts straight. Okay, so we've covered the who, now let's get to the where. This is so important because the rules for filming can change dramatically depending on whether you're in a public or a private space. And it's not always as obvious as you might think.
A lot of creators get tripped up on this. You might think, hey, the public can go here, so I can film here, right? Not so fast. Think about a shopping mall. It feels public, but it's actually private property, and they have their own set of rules. For personal photos on a public street, you're usually okay. But the moment it's for commercial work, you'll probably need permits. And on any private property, you always need permission. No ifs, ands, or buts. So if you're working on something commercial, here are the steps. These are non-negotiable. First, permission from the location owner. Second, believe it or not, permission for any distinct buildings in the background. And third, and this is absolutely vital, you need a signed model release form from every single person you feature. If there are 20 people in your shot, you need 20 signed forms, period.
All right, finally, let's talk about data. And yes, as a creator, you handle it, a lot of it. We're not just talking about spreadsheets here. We're talking about any personal info you collect, from email addresses for your newsletter all the way to the actual footage of the people you filmed. You have a legal duty to protect that information.
The Data Protection Act pretty much lays out the rules of the road. You have to handle data fairly and legally, you've got to keep it secure and accurate, and you should only hold on to the bare minimum you need for the shortest time necessary. Basically, you need to be a responsible guardian for any personal info that comes your way.
And if you're not, well, the fines for breaking these laws are massive. We're talking up to £17.5 million or 4% of your annual turnover, whichever one is higher. That just shows you how seriously this stuff is taken.
Okay, I get it. That was a lot of information to take in. So let's boil it all down into a simple, really powerful tool that you can use every single time you start a new project.
Think of this as your pre-flight checklist before you go live. Just run through these questions. For people, do I have consent? Release forms. Am I respecting their privacy? And is what I'm saying true? For places, is it public or private? Do I have all my permissions? And for information, am I handling all that data the right way? If you can confidently say yes to all of these,
you're standing on some really solid ground.
So then next time that incredible idea strikes, you'll have the map to get through that minefield. Because remember, being a great creator isn't just about having a vision. It's about bringing that vision to life ethically and responsibly. And now you have the tools to do just that.